For the narrative critique, I have decided to do my third critique on this image created by Dalton Howard. I went through a lot of pictures in my section before choosing this one. It really caught my attention, and I tried to do all my critiques on images that capture the viewer's attention. In this picture, I didn't really see that many compositional elements. For most of the images, there was spacing or use of color. There was no use of pattern lines or texture. Due to the lack of compositional elements, Dalton might have to recreate some of his images to add in some compositional elements. The narrative element is there, however. This picture is able to tell the story, but as far as having a successful picture for the guidelines of this class, he is missing some things. Making sure your pictures have these elements can be challenging because you're only thinking about getting the image needed for your assignment, but not how you are creating the image. This is something that Dalton can work on for the final project to make sure he gets full credit. This image portrays how this one kid's life spiraled out of control. It showed beer cans, drugs, and as an end result, a notice of expulsion from the University of Kentucky. This picture gives a solid story in just one picture. It shows how all of these vices had a negative effect on his life, which in some other pictures the photographer was lacking this type of image. This image is the end of the story. I like this image, but there is a small change the image could use. The image is a little cluttered. The Mountain Dew box and the box for those glasses don't add anything to the picture. In fact, it takes away from the picture. It makes the background too distracting. The viewer cannot focus in on the main points of the issue because there's so much unnecessary stuff going on in the background. As I mentioned before, the photo tells a story, therefore meeting the narrative requirement. However, it lacks compositional elements, which I also sometimes forget to take into account. If I had to improve upon one thing, it would be adding in at least one compositional element and removing the extra stuff in the background of the photo. Other than these two small improvements, I don't have anything else to add that could help improve the image. I felt like it really took into account the assignment guidelines and told a complete story. I really enjoyed the image, and there's not much I would change about it. Before picking this image, I went through all of Dalton's images, and I'm interested in seeing what he would do for the final image. Because this photo combined all of his concepts in one picture and showed the end result, I'm not sure how he will come up with a different image for this last assignment. But maybe he won't need to, since he did give the complete story. He may just be able to recreate the photo with compositional elements thrown in. It will be interesting to see his end results since he's already showed the negative effects of the vices he has chosen to show.